Cate Blanchett slammed for describing herself as middle class despite massive reported net worth. Blanchett made the comments during a press conference at the Cannes Film Festival. Actress Cate Blanchett was bashed online after labeling herself middle class earlier this week. A UNHCR goodwill ambassador since 2016, Blanchett spoke during the UNHCR Displaced Stories press conference at the Cannes Film Festival on Monday, discussing the global refugee crisis and the importance of giving displaced people a voice. When I look back at films that were made during the Second World War, even if the narratives didn't directly deal with it, it was understood that a global crisis was going on, Blanchett said of how, historically, film has referenced the geopolitical climate. It was just a texture behind the films that were being made. And given that this is a global challenge, a global crisis, I'm always bewildered as to why more films don't speak directly or obliquely to this, she said, referring to the displacement of millions of people. Refugee stories are so incredible and inspiring, the Australian continued. There are so many stories to be told that are so inspiring and unusual and off the cuff, and I wonder that we're all taught to be frightened by these stories, she considered. The more we do that in our narratives, the more we exclude these voices from our narratives, the more we're othering them. And we're adding to the exclusion of people who have so much to offer. Blanchett stressed that while their stories are inherently interesting, it's also important to recognize that there are artists and creators who are now refugees and deserve an opportunity to exercise their craft. I'm white. I'm privileged. I'm middle class. And I think, one can be accused of having a bit of a white savior complex. But to be perfectly honest, my interaction with refugees in the film in the field, she said, correcting herself, and also in resettled environments, has totally changed my perspective on the world. And I'm utterly grateful for that. And I think if you do have a platform, I want to be in dialogue with these people. I've met some extraordinary people with extraordinary creative talents and amazing perspectives. She continued, when you give someone who is marginalized a phone to author their own experience, then I'm really happy in any way to help facilitate that. Because I personally, selfishly, am really fascinated by seeing that. But the court of public opinion eviscerated Blanchett on social media, suggesting she was out of touch for labeling herself middle class. Middle class, eh? Just another middle-class multi-millionaire movie star hyper-celebrity? Get a grip, Cate, one person wrote on X. Cate Blanchett thinks she's middle-class compared to who? Jeff Bezos? Rich people are so out of touch, another seethed. She's far from middle class. And her privilege comes from her wealth. What a fool, a user quipped. I beg your pardon. Middle class. Cate is worth $95 million. Is that considered middle class now? Another asked. Blanchett's exact net worth is unknown, although there are several reports online that suggest she's worth $95 million. She famously starred in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, as well as Marvel's Thor, Ragnarok. She won 2 Oscars for her work in The Aviator and Blue Jasmine. Blanchett also has a robust real estate portfolio. While she got a lot of heat, some people defended the actress, suggesting that she was talking about her social status, not her socioeconomic status. Why did people get so upset when Cate Blanchett said she's middle class? She might have a high net worth, but she was clearly talking about her social status as someone who isn't royalty and her upbringing, a user on X claimed. It's incredible how people just picked up on Cate Blanchett saying middle class and bashed her for that and not even listened to what she was actually saying. Idiots, another wrote. The same day as her comments, Blanchett also made waves for standing in solidarity with Palestinians, wearing their flag's colors on the Cannes carpet.